pigeon on a motorcycle, folks. Found him. Found him. Come on. Jump off, little buddy. Jump off. Come on, man. Here he goes. Here he goes. Oh my gosh, this is so wrong.
Do it!
Here we go. The moment we've all been waiting for. Let's see this.
He's gonna jump back on your motorcycle.
Vroom, vroom.
What is going on, guys? All right, if you don't know me, I am Send It Steven. This is my 99 C5 Corvette. Now, it is a nitrous car, and the other day I was driving it, and I didn't realize that I was out of nitrous. So I made a couple pulls and things like that to try to figure out why it seemed like it was misfiring and carrying on. Well, I actually found a leaky line. I didn't tighten the bottle up all the way. So basically what I did was I think I fouled out some spark plugs. So today we are going to tear it apart, replace the spark plugs, and I also want to do an oil change to this. So I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to get into it because I do want to make a video a week, video every day this week for you guys. You know, I have been kind of not posting every single day and things like that, but I definitely want to do that. So I also wanted to talk about the ZR1 that was wrecked. So I will touch base on that, but first let's get these old plugs out and see if I can't locate what the little, I want to call it a misfire or stutter is. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing this. I'll let you guys watch a couple of them. And I'm still working on my edits and things like that, guys, so bear with me. I'm trying to make better content. I just got editing software from a buddy of mine who had it and doesn't use it. So I'm going to try to mess around with some edits. Maybe I can do some cool things. But for now, let's get these spark plugs torn out. Now, by taking these out, I am hoping to locate one of them that, you know, has a telltale sign of a misfire or, you know, fouled out or loaded with fuel or something. And I should be able to tell. I've been doing this for quite some time now. So hopefully, like I said, I definitely want to be able to find something that is an issue of why it's possibly misfiring. And again, I'm sorry about the wind noise, guys. It actually picked up wind as soon as I decided I would come out here and shoot this video. All morning I was working and it didn't seem like it was windy at all. Now, because I want to shoot a video for you guys, it seems to have been gotten windy. So ouch. This car is rather easy to do spark plugs on, especially since it does have headers on it. And I also have a proper spark plug socket, which a lot of times people don't have. Also, a lot of times people don't have common sense. See? That plug actually looks very good. Move on to the next one, and like I said, I did go ahead and break all of these free. I didn't just start using this ratchet. I don't actually recommend using an air ratchet for doing spark plugs because the porcelain does crack out on plugs pretty often, but like I said, I am gonna actually go ahead and replace these, so I'm not too worried about it. Ooh, that one smells pretty much like fuel. these are actually the wrong plugs for this application, so that could be also why we're down on a little bit of power. These are just TR6s, and there it is, guys. I noticed I was down on power. That's definitely not a good sign. That igniter and porcelain had to have gone somewhere, and where, I have no idea. That is definitely not a good sign, guys. Oh man. Well, it's always something. I think the C5 is finally passed away. Let's get some plugs and hopefully we can drive it, and hopefully that piece of metal didn't go through the motor. But like I said, guys, I knew it was running a little rough. I knew, you know, we were definitely down on power. Man, that is not a good sign, guys. Not a good sign at all. As you can see, that's what it should look like. And that is what it looks like. Uh-oh. Let me get to the other side, guys, and we'll run down to the hardware store, or we'll run down to the parts store and grab some new plugs. I do have a set of TR6s in the house I could probably throw in it, but I want to actually put the correct plugs in this car. So hopefully that's the only issue that we find. We started up in that piece of spark plug, didn't go through any of the head or cylinder wall or anything like that. So let's keep chugging away here. I'm honestly not even sure how well you guys can see anything, but I'm definitely a bit frustrated at this point. That could have been our misfire there also. You can see that spark plug wire is cracked. So this car definitely has not been performing well lately. I thought it was just, you know, I'm spraying 150 shot of nitrous to it, but let's keep chugging. One more plug and we'll go get new plugs and wires and hope for the best. I actually have a set of wires here already that I ordered for a different vehicle, but it'll work on these. So these were the spark plugs laying in the, or that were in the car. Sorry about the wind noise again. Like I said, this was cylinder 1, which is an NGK. Then you have cylinder 3, driver's side Banquet going first, AC Delco, which look at the gap difference in that spark plug versus the next one. Then we went down to another NGK in cylinder 5, and then here we have an AC Delco cylinder 7, and well, yeah, the whole tip of the spark plug is missing. Might be why the car ran like crap. Then we go over here to cylinder 8, and you can see that spark plug is really messed up. Cylinder 6 is a NGK, cylinder 4 is an NGK, and cylinder 2 is an NGK. I think we found the reason why this car smokes. I hope that I swap these plugs out and, you know, the car actually still runs and drives. But like I said, I didn't know I was low on nitrous, but you would think with it running rich that it wouldn't have done this, but you know, you never know. I guess it is what it is. I'm gonna close the hood here. We are gonna run down to the auto parts store and grab spark plugs. And I don't drive this car lightly. Now I know Mike didn't either, so who knows how long this problem was there. I probably should have changed the spark plugs at some time before I did all the dyno pulls and things like that, but the car seemed to run fine. So I'm not sure if this problem was with the car, you know, the whole time, or if it's something new, or who knows. But let's run to the auto parts store quick and get the correct spark plugs. I'm gonna make a phone call to Andrew down at CSP and see what spark plug he wants me to put back in this car, and we'll go from there, guys. I'll see you when I get back from the parts store. All right, guys, so we went to CarQuest and got BR7 EFs, which I talked to Andrew at Complete Street Performance, and he said that to go with this plug. So that's what we're gonna do. We're going to put these plugs in and hope for the best. Now, I did talk to him and he said it might not be an issue. You know, we might be able to just toss these in and be, you know, good to go. So we are certainly hoping that that is going to be the case. Yeah, if not, I have no idea which direction this is gonna go. It will probably be, you know, a vehicle that will sit for a while at that point. Sorry, I'm trying to talk and get the plugs out of the boxes. But yeah, so if it turns out that this thing needs a motor, it will probably sit for a while, and I will save up the money for an LQ6. So if it turns out that this car needs a motor, I will probably let it sit for a while and start searching for an LQ4. But obviously it's something I can't afford to do right this minute, or, you know, probably for a while, so it's not a big deal. The benefit is that it is not my only car. So yeah, we're gonna put these plugs in, guys, and we are going to hope for the best. Please, guys, fingers crossed. Let's hope that this did not seal the deal or seal the fate of the C5. I still have a bunch more content that I want to make with this vehicle, including going twin turbo, and I didn't want to have to fund a motor swap right now. So let's get these plugs thrown in here and we'll fire it up. And all right, guys, so now it's the moment of truth. I got all the spark plugs in. We're gonna go ahead and fire it up and end up taking it for a drive here. So let me grab the key here. I'm gonna set you guys down here for a cold start. Hopefully it's not too smoky, or hopefully it actually idles nice. Be a good sign. Let's take it for a drive and see what happens. Those plugs out, I could just tell something was different, something was wrong, and I did not like it. But so far so good, you know. Like I said, I do plan on taking this to the track this week. I might see if I can race like a drag race class, because we know what the car does. Dial in maybe 11.0 or, you know, 10.8, something in that, dial in and just let it rip and have some fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and get another rip once I get around the bend here. And so far, like I said, everything feels good. It's definitely not misfiring like it was the other day, so. And just like that, now see right there, I want to talk about that ZR1 accident that just happened, and right there is major proof of why you can tell who can and can't drive. That was second gear, and it completely broke the car sideways. And guess what? We're still driving. The car didn't, you know, go out of control or anything like that. So it definitely was driver error. Give me a minute. I will talk about that. Alright guys, well, with that being said, I think I dodged a absolute major bullet. Like I showed you there, the plugs were definitely you know, I can't even call those fouled out. I gotta say, you know, broken beyond repair. So we do know the car is running and driving. Now I do want to take this car to a drag race this weekend and see how it does, and especially now that the plugs are changed. I'll probably go pick up another set. They were $18 for 8 of them, so it's not like they're expensive, things like that. So it wouldn't hurt to throw a set in the car and can, you know, kind of just keep with the car. Now, like I was saying, I do want to talk about that ZR1 wreck. Now, as you know, I have a Corvette. It does make a good amount of torque. It makes, you know, about 580 foot-pounds of torque. It's one of those things where when it gets a little squirrely, you let out of it, the car, you know, will settle. The car will save itself. Even with this car, I don't have traction control ever on because I have a bad ABS sensor or, you know, wire or something like that. I don't know what it is. I actually didn't care. You know why? Because I know how to drive. I've been driving the car. You know, I did make a costly mistake by you know, wrecking the car before, but you know, it happens, guys. Accidents do happen. You know, I'm sure that guy feels like a complete idiot right now for wrecking that ZR1, but like I say, guys, it does happen. You can definitely see in the video there where he never lifts. I mean, he's spinning the tires the entire way into the wall. So I don't know if he panicked and, you know, just put both his feet down, but you never see brake lights, nothing like that. So it was just a costly error on his behalf, and I think he's definitely going to learn his lesson. So, you know, we all know I've driven ZR1, Mike's ZR1. That car is definitely a lot of car. You know, that car can get away from you really, really quickly. Fortunately for me, you know, like I said, car gets a little out of hand, you just leave off the throttle. It's simple, it makes sense, and it'll save lives time and time again. I can tell you how many times that I've been in this car and it's gotten sideways and I didn't lay out of it, but it's, you know, because I don't want to say that, you know, I'm a great driver or the best driver or anything like that, but I know when I have to let out of it and when I don't have to. You know, right there when I just spun the tire, I had to leave out of it because I was coming up to a peak of a hill. So leaving out of it was the best option, because if I would have stayed in that, coming up over the little bit of a hill, and it's not a great, you know, big hill or anything like that, but the weight of the car would have shifted and it could have definitely got out of control. So, you know, you definitely know when and where you can and can't play. There's a time and a place for everything. Please, if you guys are going to drive aggressively and do, you know, show off and do things like that, do it in the right place. Do it in a safe place. Don't put anyone else's life in danger. Luckily, like I said, when I wrecked this car, I was completely by myself, you know, so I definitely got lucky. I goof off a little bit more, you know, when I'm by myself than when I have somebody in the car. So it's all in fun, guys. But if you like the content, smash that like button. Please subscribe, and I will see you in the next upload. Like I said before, guys, I am going to try to upload a video every single day this week and 3 videos next week. And I think I'm going to follow out with that. Just do 3 or 4 videos a week. So again, guys, please subscribe, and we will see you in tomorrow's upload. Say bye.
Bye.
Say, see you in the next upload. All right, guys, have a good evening.